implement within your lessons?
Well, I've learned a couple of different platforms beyond Google Classroom, one being Nearpod, and the other one being able to go into Common Lit
Okay.
and find subjects and different readings for the students and to be able to put a lesson together on
Okay.
that. I've learned how to create a Google document. I've learned how to manipulate the document when I want to put it over into, export it into the classroom. I've learned how to use the snipping tool, which is like totally amazing. Um, I'm learning how to also, I learned how to do the grades, the grading, and also how to take attendance today. So I am just like, this is just crazy. It's just so many things that I learned today, and I'm just like so pleased and thankful.
What's that one thing with the Google Documents that makes it easy for you to grade with students, though?
Oh my gosh, to be able to, you mean as far as whether or not they can,
So, like, if you were passing out papers in class,
oh, just making the document where it makes it for each student separately on there.
Yeah.
That one, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that one blew
is
your mind.
That one did. It just totally blew my mind on that one. But yeah, where I can actually just touch one button and it'll send that document to each and every student. So that'll help me to know who's doing what and keeping up with who's doing the work and who's not. So yeah.
so each time when we do our O3s, not only will we look at your lesson plans like we did at the beginning and we addressed where we felt like there was a potential to clarify our what to do instructions or clarify, because I think we had to clarify what to do instructions in two areas today. But we also wanted to create, remember we had to clear up three questions because of the way they were written
Yes.
for the exit ticket. And support our students in that, like what would be the thinking process for the students? Would they know, a just statement and how we can make that just statement even better? So I think that naming, like you did today, Miss Andrews, I don't know how to fix this, and I want everything in one place, and how can I put work out in a way that is meaningful to students? And remember, after you get your instructions, you have to go to Google Translate and translate the instructions
Right.
for your
What
your
I've
students.
what I've really what I've really garnered from all of the teachings and the mentoring since the beginning of the year has been just learning to be able to put myself in the student's place. I know that's why I was having such a hard time doing the exemplar because I couldn't get away from the teacher hat. But after taking off the teacher hat and putting on the student hat and just really, looking at the questions or any of the work that we've done and say, okay, how would a student, if I was a student, how would I understand these directions? How would I do this work? And once I really had to, it was a psychological thing. Once
Yeah.
I had to take my, I could take my hat off and do that. Now I understand the whole purpose of why we have to put so much into the instructions and just basically doing it step by step by step so that they are clear on everything that we're teaching.
Because even when we looked at the documents that we were handed, we had to stop and say, well, what do we put here? And how will we do this? I don't know. And you said, well, if they're typing online, I remember you said that. You said they can't type on those lines. No, so what should we do? What do we do?
We had to create, well, first, we actually just went in and we created a whole nother document
Yes.
that was friendly for them
them.
to be able to use until we discovered,
We discovered
that
a
we
faster
could
way.
export the document and it would export over in the classroom and you could actually write on it.
Yes.
So now we're just kind of going back through it and just clearing out some of the things that we don't need
Yeah.
in the document.
So we work smarter
Yes, that's what I
and
want
not
to do.
harder. So technology, we have to work smarter and not harder. I don't want you wasting multiple hours because once you get this down, you should be able to push out a lesson plan
Yes.
in an hour and a half.
When I think about all the time I stayed after school until 5, 6, 6:30, trying to get work done, and then look at this. Oh, it's amazing.
Okay. So I appreciate it. You know, you're always welcome in my home anytime you want to.
Thank you.
And,
You've been a blessing.
Well, I enjoy working with you. You are like a breath of fresh air. You always are joyful, and I can see that in the interaction in your online classroom. I've even noticed that students who are normally like you're like concerned about, you're like, wait a second, he turned his work in, and oh my goodness, she's commenting. Oh goodness, she asked a question.
Yes.
Oh, and remember today, when you emailed your students, what happened instantly?
They responded. Oh my gosh, when those emails went out, I mean, my phone was blowing up. But you know what was, in mentioning those students, I have to give the props where they're deserved, and I hope to be able to give it to them in person. A lot of the students who normally would not be as cooperative or participate in class stuff, just one-on-one, face-to-face,
Yes.
face-to-face with the students, they're the ones who's turning in the work first.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And you know,
Because-
Fatima Coronado and oh my gosh.
And
Juan Diaz.
Diaz, yes.
Oh my goodness. Jose Garza. I mean, the list goes on. I'm so happy.
DQ.
Yes, and Javon Jones.
Yes. So
Turning in the work.
this is their platform. Remember how I told you in the beginning? This is their world.
Yeah.
This is their normal world.
Yeah.
And you're coming into their world. So they're going to know how to do all of this. You just have to make it clear, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about this new classroom.
Me
And,
too.
I hope that this all works out, and I will see you tomorrow. What are our action steps? That's my other thing. Sorry. What are our action steps? What are you?
I'm gonna go home this evening and do my best to finish up the exit ticket.
Okay.
And then I know that over the next day or so, I'm going to be looking at Common Lit and also looking at the Romeo and Juliet, which is coming up next. The lesson and I would be looking at the Common Lit just for a beginning piece, just an opening piece to what we're getting ready to do in the teacher portal.
Okay. I'm going to look on our calendar, and we're going to choose a date for you to come back so that we can finish up your other two lessons for next week.
Yes.
We have an 03 on Wednesday from 1 to 2. And then we have a town hall meeting at 3 o'clock. So if you want to, you can come here on Wednesday at 1. And that will give you the time that you need to go through and create, if you haven't started, at least start your documents so that when you get here, we're digging, like, okay, let's look at the lesson and let's see how it's structured.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And we will record that. So, action step.
Finish exit ticket.
Finish exit ticket.
And then I was going to look at the Common Lit
Okay,
for an opening piece for Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
And then if I see something, I can at least create a document.
And this
so
is
that
the
I'll
teacher
have to-
portal too, to make sure that you're not choosing their Common Lit, because they are
Okay.
using some Common Lit pieces. So just look at the teacher portal.
Okay.
Okay. And I will see you on Wednesday.
All right.
And the technology piece that we're going to work on Wednesday is how to create a poll everywhere, which is a quick check for understanding within your PowerPoint.
Okay.
You want to add some flair to that PowerPoint so that the kids are actively engaged. So check for understanding inside there. So that's my action step.
Okay. Check for understanding PowerPoint. Got it.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, I'll see you Wednesday.
All right. See you Wednesday.